Hi everybody. This is the site of my ender grinder. I did make one small error. I put this light on top to prevent mob spawns. And I had made this thing out of ice because I thought these particular ice blocks looked cool. And indeed they are cool. But since they were chisel blocks, I didn't think they would melt. So, now I've learned that. And I brought enough blocks to finish the job. And I am at a height of 49. And we want this tower to be 42 blocks tall. So that the Enderman will fall and go down to 1 hit point. So the ice itself should be 41 blocks tall, so I can put something else on the very top. So 49 plus 41 is 90. I think it will look fine and dandy for a platform I will probably never be looking at directly again. And hopefully this will be far enough not to melt the ice. So yeah, this setup is about as simple as it could possibly be. It's just a spawning platform with conveyor belts. Going into a hole. And all we have to do now is just sit at the bottom and wait. Oh, I forgot something. That's more like it. Okay, I have gone and gotten a chest and got rid of some stuff. Made a little platform on the back of this platform. And now alright. I have 8 Enderman heads to work with. So I can now finally get on with this storage project. and inventory panel. Next thing I need is a bunch more item conduits. This will be a start. And then I'm going to have to figure out what this system runs on. I'm pretty sure it runs on something. I think... yeah, nutrient. I'll have to figure out how to extract some of that from my mob farm, I think. Okay, so for the nutrient distillation to fuel that system, I will need some heads and some fungus and the vat, as well as a good water supply, which it has got. And we'll let it soak up a little bit of power. And we'll stick some netherwort over here. And some creeper heads over here. Actually, what I would like to find out is whether these heads work. And 3/4 of a bucket of nutrient distillation. I'm going to need a bunch of heads. All right, we got a full tank of distillation. And we should be ready to start this puppy up. Well, let's try piping it in. Okay, we have distillation, but we are still offline. It seems that I am faced with no other choice but to resort to reading the instructions. Okay, actually, just as it says, if you hold shift, you need to have a remote awareness upgrade in the item conduit that you're trying to retrieve from. Like so. And we should have that set to insert. And we have access to everything on this wall. At least as long as it's within 16 blocks of the drawer controller. And if I hook up some more conduits and awareness upgrades, then I'll be able to access all this too. Although I will need to be very careful about the way I do that, because I have accesses controlled I have two different pipe systems here, basically. I'm afraid if I hook them up, then things will go willy-nilly to different places that I don't even want them to be. So I will need to watch that rather carefully. But the good thing about this thing is that stuff is not going to go in there unless it has a place to go. And what drawer even has cobblestone here? So if we put stuff in the return areas, and if this pipe is set to extract, not that pipe, this pipe, and active without signal. Okay, there it goes. It returns to the places that are set up to take it. Now, if we're using chests, we probably would want to use item filters. But if I have that set up with all drawers, then none of the drawers will take anything that doesn't already have one of that thing in it. And we can use that thing. So that's pretty cool. I like it. You know, honestly, this whole setup is a mess that I'm going to have to reorganize sooner or later. But for the time being, we can do that later. I have figured out what I want to do for the gardens around the tree. I think they're coming out pretty nicely. And I'm also using it to grow different kinds of wood to put into the treehouse. So I'm growing some pink wood and some dark oak and some green willow wood over here and some blue wood and some redder than red wood. And of course the actual redwood. So I've gathered well over a stack of all these types of wood, and plus plenty of ghost wood. So it looks as if I'm ready to get started. And I think that I should like to start right around here. Tempest Fugit. So, there's my idea of a treehouse. Or the basics of it anyway. It's not close to being finished. There's a lot of inside work to be done. I plan on putting a kitchen in here and a bedroom somewhere. And I may have to add extra floors to it. But at any rate, this is where I plan to move my bed and park my dragon. Porch seems kind of small for a dragon, doesn't it? The numbers work out right, but it still seems kind of small. I may have to make it bigger. Let's see what the dragon has to say about it. I'd say she looks pretty cozy, actually. My cat likes to sleep in a box curled up much cozier than that, in fact. So yeah, I think that'll be just fine. So yeah, lots of decoration coming up in here, and something asymmetrical over here I'm going to have to figure out. And kitchen, bed. It'll all be coming soon. Until then, have some fun, build something cool, and have a nice day.